Hey everybody, what's good? What's going on with the YouTube fam? Hope you're receiving this today well. Hope everybody's on the up and up, keeping the grind going, staying motivated, staying positive. We need to spread the good vibes. The world needs that shit right now, especially just the US in general. These fucking mass shootings, all this crazy shit going on, man. So, I'm making some more, I don't want to call these filler videos, but while I'm trying to figure out how to edit and how to use this software and make like reaction content and all that stuff, like I don't know how to make thumbnails for my shit. I just picked the auto-generated one. Hopefully it's attention grabbing enough. Hopefully this beard's like, hey, I want to look at that guy. But on a real note, I don't know how to do literally anything. So I don't know how to make an intro or an outro, or, you know, I don't have a gimmick for how to start my videos. Been a lot of brainstorming going on and a lot of study. I'm plugged into the tube. I'm watching some tips and tricks videos. I've read some blog entries. I got some friends and stuff that make content, do videos, and they're giving me tips. So while I get brought up to speed, I figured I'd make some more content just about me, so I can connect with you guys, and you know, that way in the future when I make content and shit, we're already jiving. So, anyways, also sorry for the background thing. This room is not aesthetic. It's cluttered. It's too small. So the background is dope. I'm in space. But anyways, so today I wanted to talk about I shared the page with some friends, a few people, just to see, you know, how they thought I was coming across. They were pretty engaged from what I gathered, as long as they're not fucking lying to me. If you are, I'll find out. But a couple of them were like, I don't get your page name. What's that? So, BigMoneyBones, right? About to be telling a little anecdote. So the big money part hasn't happened yet. I don't know where the big money's coming into play, but it had a ring to it. It was like my gamer tag after college. Trying to manifest big money, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, hopefully that's on the way. However, the bones portion is, it does have a real foundation in my life. So, looking at me now, dad bod, kind of husky, right? I'm a stepdad, right? No excuse. I'm trying to get back into the fitness. But I'm about, according to the Navy, I'm 5'11" and 3/4. So when people ask, I don't ever tell them I'm 6 foot, because I'm not quite 6 foot, but I am 5'11". So I just tell everyone I'm 5'11". Sitting here right now, I'm about 230. So rewind. After high school, when I went to college, I chose to go to college for automotive. I touched on this in a previous video. One of the best automotive schools in the nation is actually in my hometown. It's called University of Northwestern Ohio, UNO for short. They have a killer program. I mean, this was 10 years ago. They might not still have. I would assume they do. They're a big ass school now. They got like a racing team and all this shit. They travel. They build cars. But anyways, as much as I should have chosen to go there, I didn't want to. I was looking for some adventure. Thought it would be lame to go to college in my hometown. So I enrolled in a college in Hartford, Connecticut. The school was a private school. They're part of a big chain now called Lincoln Technical Institute, but prior to that it was a private school called Barron Institute of Technology. They actually switched over while I was there. So, from Lima, Ohio, where I'm from, to Hartford, Connecticut, somebody's gonna fucking Google this shit and then blast me in the comments, but if I remember right, it was like a 9-10 hour drive, right? Well, the first time that I made the trip up there was when I was, you know, moving. I packed my Camaro full of all my belongings, and I drove up there. Now, the school and all of the so I got like recruited. There was like a rep that came to my high school and like did the spiel, and I liked the pamphlet and I liked his delivery of the information, I looked into it and was like, yo, I want to go here, right? So that guy, whatever you want to call him, recruiter, college rep, whatever, right? Him and his colleagues that worked for the school obviously put together this like carpool thing, right? So I pack all my shit up, throw it in the Camaro, and we had like a route, right? And he had actually started earlier in the day than I did, more south. And what happened was they started out at like a meeting place, him and a handful of other, carpool cars, right? I'm saying carpool, but like not everybody was in the same car. It was like literally a pool of cars. So he was driving, like leading the pack, and they hit a couple stops, and then they hit I had to drive, I think, to Toledo, which is about an hour north from where I live. I drove there with a friend of mine that unfortunately we're no longer really friends. We kind of had a falling out, but him and I were going to go to college together, so that's neither here nor there. We drove to Toledo and met with this guy, and there was already a pool of cars. There was probably 6 or 7 other students that had their cars with all their shit in it, and we all met up and did some introductions, whatever, jumped in the cars and hit the road again, right? A couple hours goes by, we stop at the next point along the map. It was just a dotted, like, planned route where as we went, people that were from those areas would convene in one place and we would add to our carpool. So a couple stops out right before we crossed out of Ohio into Pennsylvania, there's a guy there that met with the group, and his name was Richard. Naturally, we all started calling him Dick, and that was kind of the start of everybody getting a nickname. So I don't know why that's a thing. I'm sure that there's like history on it. If you know, drop it in the comments, because I don't know, and I honestly never thought to look it up. But for some reason, people named Richard get called Dick. Dick for short. I don't get it, but hey, it's a thing. So we start calling Richard Dick. Richard was like a national level D1 high school. He was from a bigger school. Like, he was a super good wrestler, okay? Dude's built like a brick shit out. He's a farm boy. I think he was like 6'1", 6'2", probably like 200, 205, 210, somewhere in there. Fit, okay? Beefy, fit, muscular, strong as fuck, right? So him and I were like opposites. At 18, 19, I was 5'11 and 3/4, but 130 pounds, okay? So take what I am now, subtract 100 pounds, I look like a skeleton, for real. People used to crack jokes. My dad used to call me Skeletor, like the cartoon from it's like the 80s or something. Skeletor! But anyways, Dick could not remember my name. So every time he was trying to get my attention on this trip, when we would stop at a gas station to get snacks, or we hit McDonald's or whatever, like we made stops pretty frequently along the way. Everybody get out and stretch, whatever, right? Every time he tried to get my attention, he came over to talk to me. He couldn't remember my name, so he called me Bones. Didn't really bother me. I got used to him calling me Bones. After a while, I realized, like, oh, that's me. He's talking to me. It stuck. Literally, everyone else started calling me Bones. So, like, fast forward a couple months, I'm in school. I've been going to classes and stuff. Everybody in my classes knew me as Bones, even though, like, the instructors referred to me by my name. Everybody knew me as Bones. Everybody in the dorms, everybody at the school. Not toot my own horn, but I was pretty popular there. Like, everybody knew who Bones was. I had an open door policy at our dorm room. Me and my best friend, still to this day, Julian, we were like the gathering place in the dorms. Everybody would come kick it in our room. We're always in there doing something. We were doing fucking jailhouse tattoos. Well, I don't call them jailhouse. This is when Amazon very first got started. We ordered a tattoo gun and a table. He did these as part of his like first couple. That's my last name. This is a treble cleft, if you can see it. It's pretty faded. But yeah, we did these out of our dorm room. Like I said, open door policy. Everybody was always kicking it there. Everybody knew who Bones was, where my dorm room was. So, Siri, shut the fuck up. Why are you popping up? Go away.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not. I didn't say that, but hey. Should be popping up on me all the time. But anyways, lost my train of thought. This is where I need to know how to edit so I can cut this shit out, right? But I mean, hey, maybe it'll get a laugh. I don't know. But anyways, I was known as Bones. That's where Bones was born, and I just kind of carried it with me. Literally to this day, I'm 31 now, so it's been 13 years. Out of the blue, some of my boys from college will hit me up, and they refer to me as Bones. I just got married back in August, and Julian came. He was my best man at my wedding. He wrote the best man speech, all that. The entire time he referred to me as Bones. Everybody at the wedding was like, "Who the fuck is Bones?" Right? So he had to throw that in at the end, like, "Oh, by the way, I knew him as Bones. Like that was his nickname, right?" Everybody had a nickname in college. Kind of silly. There was a bunch of somebody's gonna get triggered, right? There was a dude named we called him Chubbs. I think his first name was Chadwick, and he fucking hated when people called him Chadwick. And he was like, "Oh, your name's Chadwick," and he'd get like real upset about it. He fucking hated that shit. So we all called him Chubbs. Yes, he was like a short, stocky, kind of chunky dude. Funny as fuck, great dude. I'm still in contact with him to this day. We chop it up once in a while. Another one of the guys that I was there with, let's see, Dick Chubbs. Oh, there was a dude. I'm pretty sure he's like American Indian, like full-fledged Indian, like native. But he looked Mexican as fuck. Dark hair, short, stocky, super dark skin. So everybody called him Paco. I don't know who gave him that name. I know everybody's in the comments gonna be like, "Oh, it's racist," but like he was a good sport about it. He thought it was funny. Everybody called him Paco. It stuck. He didn't have a problem being called Paco, so he was known as Paco. There was another guy named Kyle. This one's really fucked up. Like everybody called him Nemo, and I didn't know for the longest time why, and a lot of people didn't know why, but they called him Nemo, and he'd get drunk, and he would declare himself Captain Nemo and all this shit, right? And I never made the connection because I didn't know the backstory. So one night they were all fucked up, and I was like, "Hey man, why does everyone call you Nemo? Like, where did that name come from?" And he's like, "Well, I was born with a birth defect, right? Physically, you can't see anything." So I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "When he was born, something happened, and one of his lungs didn't fully like develop, right? So it was like 40% of an adult lung." So he had like a regular lung and then a small lung, and everybody called him Nemo, like Finding Nemo, because in the movie Nemo had a gimpy fin. Super fucked up. Also kind of funny. He embodied it. He loved it. Everybody called him Nemo. Like I said, most people didn't even know each other's real names, right? I know it now after looking everybody up over the years and getting their Facebooks and shit. Obviously, you're not gonna name yourself Nemo on Facebook or Bones on Facebook, right? A lot of people that were from my crowd know that was where my nickname is from, but like. Fast forward to the future, I went through the Navy and stuff, and people that I met along the way, when they hear me tell somebody that my nickname is Bones, they're like, "I've never heard anyone call you that." Different circle, different crowd, right? So that's the story behind Bones. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how to tackle this content thing. I hope I'm relatable. I'm a super chill, laid-back guy. I'm definitely going to hit on this every time I make a video. If anybody's watching this, I'm a huge advocate for mental health. I'm a disabled vet myself. I did 6 years in the Navy. Some good times, some bad times. I struggled a lot. I had a lot of mental health issues. I think it's a hot topic, right? There's a lot of people that I don't believe in depression, and there's some people who like suck it up, and there's some people like go get some medication, right? I'm neither here nor there. Like, my opinion on it is that I think it's a real fucking thing, and I think that a lot of people suffer from it and don't realize it. And I do think that healthy mental habits, surrounding yourself with good energy, good people, are good for the depression. I have found that cutting certain people out of my circles and surrounding myself with better people, positive people, successful people, is very conducive to my healthy brain happiness, whatever you want to call it, right? And I know for some people that's easier said than done, depending on your circle, But I bring all that up just to say, if you're struggling, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling down, if there's no light at the end of your tunnel, right? If you need someone to talk to that's not going to judge you, that's not going to tell you, one way or the other, reach out to me. DM me, hit me up, drop some comments, show some love. I'm super supportive. I'm here for you. I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I've been told I give really good advice. I see things from a very different perspective than the average person. So, and the chances are, like, I say this all the time, everybody goes through the same shit, right? Different scenarios, different time frames, different circumstances, but like it's all the same shit. It's all the same emotions. It's all the same fuck ups. It's all the same what ifs, maybes, right? And having someone else give you a better perspective, or I'm not gonna sit here and fill your head full of bullshit. I'm the kind of friend that's like, my closest friends. I'm like, hey, bro, you're fucking up. That was fucked up. What the fuck are you doing, right? Hey, homegirl, I got your back, but you're fucking up, right? I can be that person for you. If you want me to talk about anything specific, if you want to hear my viewpoint on something, hit me up. This goes from relationships to professional life to fucking, I'm not saying you got to share your darkest secrets with me, but if you're feeling low and you need someone to talk to and you need someone to have your back, I'm that guy. I got you. So don't be afraid to reach out. Anybody that's active duty and struggling, hit me up. I don't know a shitload about the other branches, but I do know about camaraderie, and I do know about systemic fucking like hazing and just failures on your, the people that are supposed to have your back not having your back. I got it. I've been through it. So if you need that uplifting, person in your life, hit me. I got you. All that being said, I'm gonna jump off here and go hit the gym. Trying to get that shredded body back. Thinking about making some content on just general fitness and health, and sleeping and nutrition and just workouts and stuff. I used to power lift a lot. I used to be super strong, super fit. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I'll make sure to prioritize that content for you guys. But with that, I'm gonna sign off of here. Everybody stay up, stay positive, spread the good vibes, man. The smallest thing could be a drastic change for someone else's day, and it makes you feel good when you spread those vibes as well. I promise you. So I'll catch y'all later. I'm gonna be dropping some more content here soon. Take it easy.